What's up, guys? It's been a while. I've been admittedly kind of busy. Had a lot going on with life, with work. Had a lot going on with life and work and family, and admittedly, I've actually recorded at least one video, but I didn't like it when I started the edit, and so never posted it. So that's kind of been why I've been away. I've been working on another channel a bit, a podcast actually, that I've been producing, and so I've just been a little bit out of the loop, but just wanted to give you guys some updates. I told you back in November that I was going to do a Spartan race. I was going to be, there we go, that should be better without all that noise. I was going to be doing a obstacle course race, a Spartan race, and that I was doing the 5K version, the Spartan Sprint, back in November. That went great. I was able to finish, which was my goal, was finish and don't come out of it injured. I had just a couple scrapes from the barbed wire, and I was really sore, but nothing too bad. No real injuries there. So I ended up signing up that night for a second one, and I want to tell you why. The reason I signed up for the first one in the first place was that I really wanted to push myself. So I've been doing a lot of reading, and there's just tons of research that shows that doing hard things on purpose actually helps our brains and our bodies respond better when hard things come in life. So intentionally, a lot of people will intentionally take cold showers, or they will cold plunge. Exercising every day is part of this, right? Even though exercising doesn't always have to be hard, the discipline of making yourself uncomfortable so that you can be healthy later on really improves your mental health. It improves your physical health. And I was tired of being comfortable, so I decided that I wanted to do something, and I signed up for that first Spartan race. And I kind of half-hearted followed a training plan for that one, but I didn't follow it great. It got me there enough to finish, and enough to not hurt myself, but I knew I could do better. And when I signed up for the next one, I didn't sign up for another 5K. I signed up for the 10K, the Spartan Super, which that was on Valentine's Day this year, 2026. So I did that, and I even got my kids to go and do their age group appropriate Spartan races, and they absolutely loved it. They have their own obstacles, their own course, different lengths for each age, and it was a lot of fun. They really had a ball doing that. They are just hooked now. They love to wear their finisher t-shirts. They've got their medals on display in their room, and my boys absolutely loved it, and they just keep asking when I've signed them up for another one. Which I haven't signed them up for another one because I don't know when I'm doing my next one, but I am doing 2 more this year. 2 more is the plan, because we're looking to get our trifectas this year. So my plan is to do a 5K at some point, and then when Spartan comes back to Arizona in November, I'm going to plan to do the Spartan Beast, which is a half marathon with 30 obstacles. So I am a little bit nervous about that. My running fitness is not great. Still have got some lbs I could lose, and so I've got plenty of time to prep for that. plenty of time to prep for that. And right now, I am working specifically on running fitness, VO2 max, leg strength, that kind of stuff. It's kind of shaky through here. Working on running fitness and leg strength and all of that kind of stuff to prepare me for the half marathon. Sorry about that, guys. My phone actually overheated because it's already really, really hot here in Arizona. So here in the sun, my phone overheated and shut off. So I'm gonna keep this quick just in case it decides to overheat again. But as I was saying, working on running fitness right now and trying to watch my nutrition and just run a lot in a really smart way, not injure myself, and get up to that running fitness to run a half marathon with confidence, with ease. And then after that, I'll work on some additional strength training for upper body stuff to complete a lot of the Spartan obstacles. But for now, that's what's going on. I'm headed to work right now, and then after that, we're gonna hit the gym for a speed workout, I think, today. All right, just left work, and now, like I said, headed to the gym. A little bit of a late night running session. Here we go. Just pulled in, just parked. About to go in to my gym here. Gonna do interval workout, do some speed workout, speed work on my running here on the treadmill. So that'll be great. I mentioned earlier, like, wanting to do hard things, and that's why I signed up for the Spartan. And that was true, and I proved to myself that I could do it. And I signed up for the second one, which was awesome, the 10K Spartan Super. But what I think was a big driver of that was trying to encourage my kids to be more active, and seeing how excited they were about doing theirs after that second one. Man, that was huge. And I realized that I have not always cared for my health a lot through my life. And I've always been, not like super unhealthy or anything like that. I mean, there were probably seasons, but I've not made it a huge priority in my life, and I've not modeled that well for my children. And so now that my kids, they're 7 and 5, and I'm trying to, raise them to be healthy, happy people. And I can teach them all I want about health and fitness. And I think I've mentioned before that we homeschool our kids. So, I can tell them or show them or have them read or research whatever I want. However, at the end of the day, they're going to catch a lot more of that. They're going to pick up on a lot more than they're going to catch a lot more from what they observe in me and in my wife than what we like teach them from a book or teach them in school. So one of the big reasons that I am pursuing getting my trifecta this year, and they're all about trying to get their trifecta too, is to inspire them to keep pushing the boundaries, to keep driving and working towards something that they haven't been able to do in the past, and being able to commit to something like that and being able to follow through and to have the grit to finish something that you've committed to is just huge. and have the grit to change your life through what you engage in is invaluable. I think grit, is one of the big things that I have learned and developed through this process thus far. The grit to finish that first race. That was probably the hardest part, was finishing that first Spartan race. I got most of the way through it, and then there was a sandbag carry. There's a sandbag carry in all Spartan races. Sometimes there's multiple. And this was somewhere in the last kilometer. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure where in the race, but it rained the night before, so all the sandbags were waterlogged and heavier. And I had to pick it up, and we were out at Phoenix International Raceway, and so you had to pick it up, threw it on my shoulder, and then you had to go up the stairs, back and forth, all the way up to the top of the stadium, top of the raceway. You need to go over and then back down and bring it back. I was so tired by then, and I picked it up and I started going up the stairs, and my calf started cramping, and I got to the top of the stairs and I just felt dizzy and so worn. I wasn't sure that I was gonna finish. Honestly, I thought I was gonna quit right then. I leaned against the wall, and I just closed my eyes and just had to breathe for a few minutes. And then I heard a voice say, "Come on, you got this." And I opened my eyes, and this guy named Alan was standing there. And I'd met Alan earlier on in the race. We'd not met before, but I was struggling getting over the inverted wall, and he passed by me while I'm trying to struggle over. He goes right over, and then he waits on the other side, and I hear him cheering me on from the other side, and we ended up running together the rest of the race. We ended up crossing the finish line together. But in that moment, him being also tired and worn, and he paused with his sandbag on his shoulder and was like, "Come on, you got this. Come on, Gabe, you got this. You can keep going. You can finish. You're fine. You got this. You can do this." And that little bit of encouragement, and probably leaning against the wall and taking some deep breaths, okay, I can do this. And I walked over, and I swear I thought I looked dead. But by the time I got to, there's a photographer over there. By the time I got right around that corner to head back down the stairs, the photographer caught a photo of me. Apparently, I was smiling again, and that was all due to that encouragement that I got from him in that moment. That just okay, nope, you're right. I can finish this. I've got the grit. I've got the tenacity. I've got the gumption. It's a weird word. To finish this race, to finish what I started. And so put the sandbag down and went on to whatever the last few obstacles were before the end. And I felt so dead. But when I crossed that finish line, there was just this, I kind of expected to feel numb, with as tired as I was, but it wasn't numbness that I felt. I felt this overwhelming emotion. I almost started crying. And my kids were there, and they were cheering me on. My wife was there. She was cheering me on, and they hugged me. And then I went and got my finisher photo. And as I was there in line to take a photo, I mentioned that it was my first Spartan race. I just finished my first Spartan race. I think I was sending a video to somebody, and the guy next to me said, "This is your first?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "That's awesome. That's amazing." And I said, "Yeah, I'm so excited. And I'm so happy that my kids could be here to see me do this." And he goes, "Wait, your kids are here?" So he
waited after we all got our photos, and he followed me over. He's like, "These are your kids?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Your dad right here, he's a hero. He did something amazing today. He finished this race. He's a Spartan and he's a hero, and you guys should be super proud of your dad." And then he hugged me and he told me that it was so special that I got to do this and show my kids what it's like to finish something and to do hard things. So I'm getting like a little emotional just thinking about it, but that moment just changed something in me, and I realized that I have to be that example for them. If I want them to grow up into healthy adults, I have to show them how to be a healthy adult. So that's why it's 8 p.m. It's after work, and here I am, the parking lot of my gym, to go in and do an interval workout and get my VO2 max up, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to move forward, take another step forward, get 1% better today, so that by the end of the year, man, we're unrecognizable. All right, time to get after it. All right. Whew, that one was rough. It was a 15-minute fartlek, which I'd never heard of before, but basically alternating 30 seconds at like a 7 out of 10 effort, and then back to a 4 out of 10 every 30 seconds for 15 minutes straight. And yeah, that was a rough one, but that's what we came to do. We came to work, we do hard things, hoping to be a little bit more consistent with you guys and keep you informed on what's going on. So I'm gonna head home, shower and get some sleep, but I hope that you'll join me on this journey this year, as we're gonna get our Spartan Trifecta, and then who knows what else we'll get to do. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.